All right, so today we watched Black Roses, which might be one of the best music documentaries of all time.
So tell me this movie as if you were talking to somebody that had not seen it.
Like you?
Yes.
Like you, yeah, that set out most of the movie. So, you know, open credits, roll scene, we're in a concert, and the band starts out, and they've all got demon faces. They don't have anything on this case because it's a piece of shit. They've all got demon faces, much like you'd see in Gwar or, you know, crappy 80s movies. I mean, it's very typical 80s movie horror fare. And, you know, they play the show, and there's this, they show the crowd, they're all into it. It's crappy 80s metal, but somehow this is the work of Satan.
It's like hair metal.
Yeah, it's very hair glam.
Yeah, glam rock, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Dude, we need this soundtrack.
And so they pan out to the doors of whatever venue, theater this is, and there's a guy watching, and it legit looks like he's jerking off. He's watching it so intently, he's just, you don't see his other hand, and all of a sudden the cops bust in,
but
and they gotta...
He is possessed.
He is possessed. Yeah, that's the real look.
Right.
So good. Oh, I thought he was jerking it for a second. He's so good.
You there! I've got a court order to shut you down. We're going to close this show.
And so the cops bust in, and they tell him we gotta shut it down. And he says, no.
No!
I miss Black Roses!
No, it's me against the world, motherfucker!
He's like, I gotta have my glam rock.
And that's when they open the door.
And yeah.
Like, everybody's like a demon creature.
Oh, yeah.
So they turned them into zombies with their music?
Right.
Is that what happened there?
Looks like it.
I think the best part about this movie is all the things that we predicted that were too cheesy to actually happen happened immediately as soon as we predicted them.
It's a very predictable movie. This movie's not breaking any ground or changing any of the rules. It is by the book, 80s satanic panic horror. Like there's no.
So and then like after you have this opening sequence where they're playing the show, then you cut to the small town of Mills, whatever.
Yeah, where the fuck? Middle America.
Yeah.
And some like Midwestern.
These guys are
town.
just driving down the street in their Ferraris or whatever,
with no one else out and about. They're the only two cars on the street.
And they
there's
get
no
out,
one else there.
They get out and look around, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the place for us."
He looks up and he goes, "Does this look good, Satan?"
Yeah. And then he says yes, apparently.
He does, because he like up here, looks at the Ferrari behind him and goes,
"Yeah."
We're gonna wreck this town.
Yes, we will drive very slow through the town, and they will all see us in amazement.
"What do you think, Satan? Look good?"
Yeah. So, like, I guess they want to start in middle America and spread the evil outward.
Yeah.
But
Mill Basin.
Mill Basin.
It's the Trump strategy where you win Middle America, then you win the country.
This is when Trump was just a mayor.
And you separate children.
He was the mayor of a small town at this point.
Yeah, and his hair had not grown to its full potential yet. I don't even know if it's reached its final form yet.
Right.
He wasn't Donald Trump yet. He was Don Trump at this point.
Yeah, he was like Ronald Dump at this point.
And mayor of Mills Bane. And but you know, this is where he got his initial ideas for making America great again.
Yeah.
Was the 80s, because if you look at the 80s, America was fucking awesome.
Especially this town in the 80s.
Right.
Everyone's white. Yeah. Everyone's Christian.
Everyone's white. Everyone's Christian. Everyone has mullets.
Women don't talk out of turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Almost describing current day Salt Lake City.
This is true, but I don't want to live there.
We're a good people here in Mill Basin. We are a church-going people, and we are a law-abiding people. Our police don't have to carry guns like they do in the big cities. And our children grow up to be fine young citizens we can be proud of. Because we have had no corrupting influences here to speak of until now.
they decide to, play a show in this small town or whatever. And
At the high school auditorium.
At the high school auditorium.
4 days in a row.
Right, 4 days in a row.
Not just a one-off, not a tour.
Right. And they start their show off by playing this really nice ballad about being from your hometown and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to sing a song about my home.
Well, this is in front of the parents
Yeah,
because
this is
the
the
first
parents are all
show
there.
is for all ages.
Well, it's not what I expected at all.
And Don Trump and the poet guy,
Ron
who
Dump.
was the teacher,
Right.
and the
Oh,
woman
that's right.
bitch teacher.
We have also been introduced to like the happening cool teach.
Right.
Who's like
Oh,
this-
he's just a
who is-
rocking English
yeah,
teacher
yeah.
with no place
English
to go,
teacher
you know.
who,
and
like, has,
a
like,
penchant for
session-
underage
Right.
girls.
He's a
Yeah.
very knockoff Tom Selleck. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
He likes to have rap sessions with his students where they all sit in circles. And, you want to come rap with me after school, after class? And like he just goes and sits on a desk of a student, like right in front of the student. He's just like sitting on
Yeah,
his desk.
that was a dominant struggle
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He sat on that student's desk, let him know,
'Cause
hey, I
then-
got my own desk, but this
'Cause
desk
then
is also
He
mine.
gets up and goes over to his
Yeah.
desk and then sits down.
Well,
on
that's
it,
after he
like-
farted in the guy's face.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
sit in your own crop desk.
crop dusted that, all those
Yeah.
kids, man.
So,
Exactly.
and this is after the parents have been putting a committee together saying, no, we don't want this.
Right.
We said no rock shows, no non-godly behavior, no women
Right.
speaking out of turn, no mustaches longer than 2 inches.
Right.
They've been expressing their distaste for this, and the mayor said, well, remember the Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every generation has their music. We should give them a chance here. And so first thing they do is play their ballad, as every 80s band does, which makes me look back at 80s ballads in a whole different light.
Right. Because now we know it was just to appease the parents.
Yeah.
And so they're playing this song, and the
parents are like, oh, they're not so bad.
mayor there's the one woman that's doing this,
Yeah.
and the mayor pulls
That's-
hers down and goes,
That's the bitchy parent. Yeah, the bitchy
and
mom. Yeah.
She goes, look, it's not so bad. Well, I guess the children are enjoying it, and it's not that bad.
Ellen, are you satisfied?
Well, they are awfully loud, but the children do seem to be enjoying themselves. I don't suppose there's any real harm to them.
All the parents just leave.
And my favorite part is when the singer looks dead in the eyes of the last person that leaves.
It's
and
the
just
teacher.
like, yeah,
It's
it's
the poet teacher, yeah.
And he's
Because
just
he's like,
good, go.
he's like, there's something off about this.
Yeah.
The English teacher has
Yeah.
this look like there's something off about
And
this.
then in like
And
3
you're right.
seconds
It is
time.
funny because
Yeah.
how the singer's just like
well, the lights go
singing
out.
and shit.
Yeah.
The lights go out, and then they come back on,
Yeah.
and they're
Door
like,
closes,
yeah,
fade to black, and then they're immediately dressed in like S&M fucking
all leather,
outfits.
decked
yeah.
out in leather.
and now they're like, it's time to play the real music.
Yeah, and they
you know?
immediately just start going
Yeah.
from like pussy rock to like dad pussy rock. Like,
Right, yeah, it's still pussy.
think of like
yeah.
pussy rock to like butt rock. Like
Yeah. They switched holes for sure.
Hail Satan!
Is that why every band in the 80s had a ballad?
I guess so. To pick the parents.
How do they change clothes
Look,
like
the bass
that?
went from the E string to the A string now.
Oh! But they were still penetrating.
They went from Van Halen to rap.
Hey!
They went round and round, all right. Oh man! And so after this, the next day, this might be one of the best parts. They'd been talking about Ralph Waldo Emerson in the class, right?
Yeah.
And the teachers started talking, and they're all just staring down at their desks.
And they're all like wearing black now and shit.
yeah, they're all.
Like-
Well, it's a slow transition
Yeah.
from day to day.
No, wait, you guys are getting ahead of yourselves. After the concert, this is when Will Forte and the girlfriend
Right.
paint the town
yeah,
red.
Yeah,
Well, that's what he started to. Yeah.
He says, you know what? I'm gonna paint this town red.
But tonight, I want to paint this town red.
Yeah.
With your blood, Missy.
I gotta steal the paint. And then he starts running towards a fucking like hardware store. And I was like, is he literally going to get red paint?
The best part is
going to
there's a
steal
gate there.
Yeah.
There's a gate there, and Will Forte jumps over it,
Yeah.
leaves the girl. Camera dollies over to the gate that's open. Like, it's so ridiculous.
That's keeping her from following him.
Cut to them inside the fucking fence. Like, it's so funny,
But
man.
then he
Like,
comes back out of the store holding a can of red paint and a fucking
Yeah,
brush.
he took that
And
expression
he's
literally.
just gonna open the can and like paint the town red.
and he opens it, and then
the English teacher
miles
shows up.
down the road, the poet teacher's like, oh? I'm just gonna draw a big X right here on the sidewalk. Make the town red.
I might draw a dick too. We gotta see where the night takes us.
Fucking can opener though. That's a fucking
She's like, I don't
fine
think you
can
understand the point of that metaphor.
opener. Did the teacher just hear him take the lid off? It's like a spider sense goes off.
yeah.
His fucking spider
Someone's
sense
painting
goes
the
off.
town red.
He's like, someone's painting the town red. And he like runs over there and he sees a fucking Swiss Army knife in an open paint can just sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't have napped through this.
You should have. This was one of the greatest movies.
It was pretty fun,
I've
man.
ever
It was
seen.
pretty awesome.
True inspirational film for Satan worshippers everywhere. I think the singer was Kevin Bacon and Jared Leto mixed together.
You know what? I could see that. It's like it is some kind of like weird
It
anime
was.
Dragon Ball Z
It was
fusion.
6 degrees of yeah.
6 degrees of bacon.
6 degrees of baconomics.
It's like 30 seconds to Tremors.
God damn it, that's great.
So after he paints the town red, and
Or at least like a
runs
splotch
away,
of
a
it.
little spot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
then-
thing. How exactly did he leave a footprint there? He never got any paint out. It
Well,
just cut to
wasn't
like a
footprint.
footprint,
It was
right?
just like it was just like where he laid the brush down, and there was just like a mark on the ground.
Oh, I thought it was like a
Right,
footprint.
yeah,
That's what I thought it was.
just a
Okay.
little splotch, and the
No.
teacher comes up, and suddenly you see
That's
in the
when
distance.
he's in the class the next day talking about Ralph Waldo Emerson,
Well,
and he shows the little Swiss Army
oh,
knife.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, you're
and
leaving
he's
out the part where the teacher's looking at it, and then Damien, the singer, the Jared Leto looking guy, the Jared Bacon, comes up, and you see this paint can just erupt in flames.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, get some sleep tonight, will you? Please?
Were they talking about Walt Whitman or Charles Whitman?
Yeah.
The poet or the shooter? Either one. Both of them sharp cats. Sharp cats.
Yeah. Like the class ends, and he's like, "All right, look, you guys go get some fucking sleep. Something's wrong with y'all. You know, you're off today."
Yeah.
And that's when he like confronts the guy though about his like, he's like, "I found this in the parking lot last night or whatever."
No, he does it in class. He does it before
Yeah,
they
he
let
puts
class
them on
out.
blast.
What about taking the law into your own hands?
In front of
Yeah,
everybody.
he calls him out in front of everybody. And
Yeah.
he sets the knife back on the desk.
Yeah, because remember, they all moved their desks around in a big circle 2 minutes before
yeah,
class.
2 minutes before class ends. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
he-
a rap session always has to be in a
Right, you gotta wrap up your rhymes.
Yeah.
And he calls him out as if he's the only kid in town in Middle America with a fucking generic Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Right.
But he knew. He knew. He's just a hip rockin' English teacher who just knows
Yeah.
too much.
He knows his kids.
He knows too much. And
Only
that's what,
Satan worshippers carry a Swiss Army knife.
right. Well, the Swiss are fucking agents of Satan.
Exactly. That's why they're neutral.
That's right. Yes. Neutrality is aggression towards
Right.
Christianity.
Right.
It really is.
So anyway, now that we have, but then he does stop the girl though.
Yeah.
As the class is leaving.
And clearly he's fucking her, right? I
Right.
mean, it's
yeah.
It's kind of unspoken,
it's
but it's
implied,
very well
but they don't
implied.
actually say it.
It's incredibly
But it is
implied.
implied that he
I
is
mean,
fucking the student.
A guy that looks like that doesn't become a high school teacher because he's really into teaching.
Yeah, that's right. With
Yeah.
that stash, he's clearly into
Yeah.
weird shit.
Right, yeah. He doesn't do pornos about grammatical corrections, I'll tell you
I
that.
feel like that guy wears a kimono at night.
Oh my god, I hope so. I hope he does. Sandals, full get up.
Right. So they have another show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
That's
the
right.
second show.
This is the
Yeah, this is their
second
second
show.
show.
And this is the one where they know none of the parents are going to show up.
Yeah,
'cause
this is
he's
just kids.
They got all our kids wearing black now.
I'm going to lick this flame.
Yeah.
The second show is just the kids in the auditorium and them just playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know death metal's real, but this is Satan's real music.
Yeah. Satan likes a little more pizzazz.
That's right. Oh!
Yeah.
Woo!
It was after the second show, it was whenever Will Forte and his buddy in the chain jacket brick the poet teacher's window in his car, and then poet teacher gets in the car and drives to the chick's house. I guess he's worried about her.
Yeah, it's the mayor's daughter.
Yeah, the mayor's daughter.
Again, I think this is after the second show.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he calls the mayor and he says, "There's something wrong here. There's something going on." The guy again is playing neutral because he's a satanic Swiss bastard, and he says, "Well, just go talk to the guy. I'm sure you'll see that he's a working stiff like every other musician on the planet."
Right. The mayor tells poet teacher to go talk to Jared Bacon.
And to go see the show. And he goes...
Right.
Jared Bacon offers him a glass of milk.
Yes.
And they both have their glass of milk.
And this is when you see Jared Bacon not in his full get up.
Short haired.
He's not wearing his wig. Right, yeah. Right. He looks like a regular guy.
Right.
Mill Basin's like a test case, They figured on starting us out in a small town since we'd never played out of the studio before.
And he's assuring him like, no,
Yeah, I remember he's like, come to the third show. I want you to come. And then poet teacher's like, no, I'm good.
Right. Because he's like, look, we're just trying to get we're making money, blah, 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 blah.
Right, yeah.
Record
He's like,
label
it's all
thought
an
it'd
act.
be good to start here and move out.
Yeah. He's like, it's all an act,
Right. And then, but he doesn't go to the third show.
Right.
And so... The
reason why he misses it, though, don't overpass the reason why he misses it. It's because he sees that there's something going on, and he goes to the library.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
To investigate witchcraft and occult, and I thought personally when I saw that maybe he's looking up some kind of spells to counteract it.
Right.
But he's really just trying to figure out what's going on, and he falls asleep and wakes up in the morning. And, oh fuck! I missed the show.
Yeah. Right.
And what's a shame is they don't do anything with that.
They really don't.
Like you would think that them having that whole sequence of him like studying,
he's like
and looking at all these books,
maybe
that something would have happened
back in the 16th century.
Right,
like an account of
something. At least something like, hey, this book says what these demons are.
Right.
Nothing. They just do nothing with it. They just gloss over it.
Is that where I came in when he woke up?
That just goes to show you how useless it is to learn things.
Reading really is for pussies.
Right. I mean, just fucking go to Google like everybody else.
88, it was the golden age of Google.
Right.
We just completely overlooked it.
Right. But so anyway, but at this show is when they really the third show is when they really implant the kids with the demon ideas.
Yeah, the third show is when you wore the black roses.
Right. This is whenever Jared Bacon is he's doing the voice.
You are the black roses, the flowers of evil. You have been chosen.
And then that's when Will Forte goes home and he's just like, "Hi, Dad, I love you."
I love you, Dad.
And then shoots him.
Yeah.
And this is also the scene
5 times in the head.
This is also the scene with the one celebrity cameo, and I'm just noticing they mention him.
Vincent Petreo?
Vincent Pastore from The Sopranos.
Yeah, they actually say
Big Pussy from The Sopranos makes a cameo just long enough to get killed by a stereo speaker.
And he has the best scene in the movie.
It's great, and he doesn't say gabagool once, which is a little disappointing.
He comes in there and he's tells his son, he's like, "Hey, turn this fucking music off and go to bed." Or whatever. Hey, that's Pussy from fucking.
From Sopranos.
Yeah.
Does that make him Little Pussy?
Yeah.
What's this? There. This.
You get your ear pierced like a queen.
Wow. Only 2 kinds of men wear earrings: pirates and faggots.
And then he goes to sit down to read a paper or some shit, and the stereo comes back on.
Yeah, by itself.
And he's like, "What the fuck?"
How do I use this confounded technology?
We only listen to Sinatra in this house. You understand me?
Dean Martin on cheat days.
Yeah, chairman of the board only. What the fuck? And he goes over there and turns it off, and he starts to walk back, and it comes on again, and this time it's a little louder. And he's just like, huh?
It's not just a little louder. If you watch, the record starts to mutate.
Yeah.
And you know what one of my favorite things about this, and I don't know if any of you guys caught this, The actual record they used was a Mentors record. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mentors.
I'm not.
Go look them up. They're fucking gnarly. They actually used a Mentors record because the Mentors were one of those bands that people thought were on Jerry. They were on Jerry Springer.
Right.
They advocated like rape and murder and all this gnarly shit. They all wore masks. They were like an actual more evil version of Gwar. And so I loved that they used the Mentors record on this, and it
Also,
slowly like
too,
starts mutating.
Right.
Yeah, it's bubbling
not
up
only
and
does
shit.
it mutate, but it also starts playing backwards.
Yeah.
And that's
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Wow, okay,
yeah.
I didn't
Because
catch that.
you play the record
Yeah,
backwards.
I guess
Yeah.
I didn't see it played backwards.
And so the speaker starts
speaker
to
morphs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the speaker starts to morph. This is the best part because I'm waiting for like a hand to bust out from the record because it's bubbling up. It's
Right.
looking
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a gateway
yeah.
to hell or some shit. They're doing some cool stuff with that. And this fucking demon
Yeah.
comedically pops out of the fucking speaker.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's an amazing
like
puppet.
a fucking
Yeah.
face sucker
It's an
from
amazing
Aliens.
puppet. It's an amazing puppet.
It's great. They did some
And-
good puppet work in this movie.
Yeah, they did.
What the fuck?
There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
Love it. Love it.
He, Pussy's fighting it off, trying
Yeah.
to get it away and everything.
He's like, hey, oh, hey, hey,
Yeah,
oh,
oh,
hey,
Tony!
oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, what are you doing? Hey,
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 I got my
oh,
roll.
hey, hey, oh, hey.
Like every Italian guy. Yeah.
Including Super Mario.
Yeah.
Even though he's Japanese.
But he finally, the speaker creature finally gets a good grip on his head. And like pulls his whole body into the speaker.
And I love the way it like cuts away to like his
it's
legs
the shadow.
flailing the
Yeah.
shadows.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't
great.
warp the speaker one bit.
No.
The only thing would have made that better is whenever he sucks in the shoe with the last little bit of pussy goes inside the shoe.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to see him throw up the bones,
Right.
but it
Yeah,
didn't
that
happen.
would've been- that
or like
would've
the
been-
shoe or something.
That would've
yeah.
been the cherry
But
on
they
the
just
cake
ate it all,
right
you know.
there.
But it was still great. It was still great.
It cuts to the two girls and their dad.
The guy, yeah, that's
the
right.
stepdad,
They're
he's
playing
like,
gin.
right.
Yeah, they're playing gin. Yeah.
You girls want to make it strip gin?
Why is she all sweaty to play gin?
You girls just want to drink some gin?
Oh, I'm so hard. It's hard to
And
believe.
that is her dad, right? Like that was established, right?
His daughter goes away, and he's just left with her friend.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's make this interesting.
Oh,
Let's play strip
and this
gin."
scene,
Yeah.
first off, has creepy overtones from the
Yeah,
get-go.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's like almost like the daughter's hitting on the dad.
It does have it's a very creepy overtone all around.
Yeah.
And so, the daughter goes to bed. She says, don't worry, mister, whatever the fuck. I'll keep you company. I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You ever played... Did I not call the strip gin?
Yeah,
As soon as
yeah.
he
Yeah,
said
you
playing
did. That was
gin.
funny, yeah.
You ever played strip gin? He said, well, I do happen to know the rules to that game, actually.
We can play strip gin.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know the rules.
Oh, well, yes, actually, I do.
Well, I played a round or two.
And then they play strip gin,
Yep.
and she like fully strips and then sits on him, and then he has a heart attack.
Yeah, he has a heart attack.
Because like he was too overexcited
Yeah,
about being with a teenage
and this is
girl.
the second shot of tit in this movie.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and point out all the tit shots here.
Right.
Our
'Cause this
boob count is at 4 right now.
Because this one is the first, clear, they don't do a little bit of, shadow work or anything. This is clear, straight
Right.
up. Here's some tit. We're not going to cut away for 5 seconds.
Right.
So they're ramping up.
I think this is when it cuts to the daughter of the mayor who's dating poet guy who's playing tennis. And then she gets in her car.
This is after the third show. This is the night before is
This is the night after he's done all the demon shit.
Yeah, he's falling
Right.
asleep.
Yeah.
Reading about the occult. And she's playing tennis, and she comes out again, ramping up the sexual tension. She comes out in this white shirt. You can see her nipple straight through it. She's jogging heavily,
Right.
and gets in the car.
And the blonde chick's back there.
Yeah.
The one that clearly that poet
Is
teacher is fucking.
Right.
And it was kind of the girlfriend of Will
So
Forte.
you got the tension between the two of them. Yeah.
And she straight saws her throat.
Yeah, with a fucking knife. It was great. It was
a good,
great.
decent sized 5.5 inch, 5 3/4 inch buck knife.
And it takes her a couple times to get through, and then eventually, it blows, and it was a great effect. I loved it.
No, it was great. Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then I swear, the camera kind of cuts out of the car, and you can still see the car rocking.
Yeah,
She's
they
rocking,
did a good
she's
job
cutting
of
back
that.
and
There
forth.
was a struggle.
It was awesome.
This movie was definitely not one of the worst movies I've seen you put up here. As bad as it was pretty fucking good.
I liked it. But what's even better, like right after that happens, this is whenever the mayor calls Poe a teacher,
Right.
and he's like,
there was an accident.
There was an accident. The car's on fire. The car was set on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he
She's
repeats
dead.
it like 10 times.
Yeah, there was an accident. The car was set on fire,
yeah.
but I want you to know that there was an accident.
Yeah.
And the car was set on fire, and she died.
I think that's when I came in.
That's when you came in.
Okay.
Because he literally goes like, she's dead. The car was on fire.
Something happened, it's been an accident. Her car caught on fire. She's dead. Her car caught on fire.
And then her car caught on fire.
And,
Someone slashed her throat too.
my little girl's dead.
Because her car got on
Because
fire.
her car caught on fire. And now she's dead. Because the car.
What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. What are you trying to say, damn it?
Is this some kind of innuendo?
Because
Are you trying to say I'm hot? I'm fire?
And because of the fire, she's dead now.
I'm hotter than a tire fire on Mars, baby. Let's do it.
And she's dead.
It was an accident.
Because the car, it was on fire.
But before you go,
I don't think you understand.
Right.
She's dead.
Yeah.
Before we hang up, I want you to know that there was an accident.
What
The
are
car
you
is
trying
on
to
fire.
tell me? I
She
don't
is now
understand.
dead. Yeah.
But what's even great, okay, that part was amazing because you see, after the mayor and the poet talk, and there's this big, long, drawn-out scene, how he was saying it was a fire. It just cuts to titties. Just
Yeah.
a mirror
That's right.
with a chick just fondling her tits for like 5 minutes.
And
Because she has a dress on, pulls it down,
And it looks
fondles
like,
her tits.
It looks like the hands of a 55-year-old.
Yeah.
On the body of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Mr. Waldo getting down tonight. That is the English. Nope, that's titties. I thought that was going to be the English teacher for a second. Just getting saucy for the show.
Oh, she's got his picture right there.
It must be cold as fuck in there. It's like a good 3 minutes of just like nipple fondling. And, it must have been cold as shit in that shot.
Yeah.
Those were great.
She's
tits.
hard as a rock.
Great tits.
And then she pulls
Our boob
up
count
her
is now up to
dress.
6.
Right.
But that's when she pulls up her dress and goes back into the living room.
Yeah, and it cuts
where her
to-
stepdad is.
The
No,
stepdad,
she-
lazy
she-
alcoholic
stepdad's the-
stepdad,
you know,
yeah.
and
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
That's
she
right,
starts
that's right.
massaging his shoulders, and,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, you really know how to treat your stepdad."
Yeah.
You know? And then like she leans over and grabs a fucking ashtray and like bashes.
Yeah,
it
which
in.
includes styrofoam.
Yeah.
But what's really funny though is that you can clearly tell that wasn't that was not the young girl. That was a body double.
Right.
That was doing like all the
Yeah.
topless shit.
Yeah.
Surely.
Remember, she comes and visits him at his house to blow him.
Right,
He's
that's
at home.
right. All right, yeah.
And that's when he
Cut
like
that out.
slaps her in the face.
Yeah, and remember, she's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, she's
And
like,
then
she's
all
like
of a
unbuttoning
sudden-
his shirt.
Like I said, they've been ramping up. It's been slowly building up. Oh, yes. Are they going to go full on softcore here? He's not going to stop her because
He's like, yeah, it's all right.
hey, blowjob,
He
blowjob.
slapped the shit out of her.
Yeah.
He just
She
slaps the
legit-
fuck out of her.
This is where I thought they were going to peak with the soft. This is where I thought they were going to go full on softcore.
Right.
And
You-
just
you-
show.
so you
and
thought it'd
just
be like,
show-
this is the guy, and then like the camera's back here, and she's
Yeah,
just doing
either that or like this is the guy's crotch and hips, and here's her face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously there's a dick in there, but they don't show the dick. 'Cause,
Right.
You know, whatever. What's the rating on this? Rated
But
R.
instead-
It's right on. It was titties in it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Just can't
instead
get over
he
the fact that
slaps her.
both of you guys mimic sucking
Oh
dick.
man.
Both of you mimic sucking dick.
A lot of our viewers
Well, did it look good?
A lot of our viewers are visual aid learners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, we are pro
Yeah.
everything.
At
on this.
sucking
Hey,
dick,
right.
I can tell.
We
Hey,
didn't finish
I am-
high school, all right?
I am definitely pro blonde sucking dick. If you're not into that, well, I don't know what.
I think that was just you, buddy.
Yeah,
we
it's probably
did.
just
So.
me.
Hey, you can
But
mimic
I'm
it too.
sure
There's
some
still
of our
time.
viewers have not
Yeah,
finished high school.
sure.
So anyway, but then he slaps her away.
Yeah,
and
very
then
Serbian
slaps
film
shit,
style. Yeah.
She starts to go into like full demon mode.
Yeah, this
And,
was
like,
transforms. Yeah.
She turns into a creature that looks similar to a bird, but she makes cat noises.
You know,
Yeah.
well, at first she has like ape teeth, right? Like, you
Yeah,
think, like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, sweet. And then they have this amazing puppet.
Yeah,
To where
Oh,
it-
man.
it looks like
Yeah,
a
the
turkey's
puppet.
neck.
Yeah, it does.
This is what I came into, not knowing anything
Yeah,
about this movie.
yeah.
I was napping in the other room. I go and sit down. This guy just keeps talking about a car fire, and then there's a fucking mutated person, just like in a really cool puppet kind of thing. I must admit the puppet work was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I just went
Fantastic. Like, this is all like fucking stock shit.
Oh wait, are the titties gonna mutate too? Oh, that's
awesome.
great.
That's great.
Love me, Seymour.
And it was great too because like the puppet shoves down Poet Teacher, like breaks a stool. He grabs the leg and like stabs it through the heart, which was cool.
But before he hits it with tennis rackets.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the best part about this fight
like,
scene
he gets his hand stuck in the tennis racket.
is he keeps.
It breaks the tennis racket.
Yeah, and he looks at it like, fuck, you know?
He's surrounded.
My tennis days are over.
He's surrounded by all these potentially improvised weapons. And he's picking up a tennis racket. He doesn't hit her with it sideways with the metal part. He hits her with the net part of it until it breaks.
And didn't he throw a tennis ball
He
into
shoves
the
a
mouth?
He shoves a tennis ball right into her mouth, and he's passing like skillets. There's probably kitchen knives, and eventually they get down on the ground.
Well,
because it broke,
the puppet
he fell
pushes
on
him
it.
over and he falls.
Yeah.
He literally had to
sticks
be
the
pushed
monster.
into a weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
So he
stakes
kills
the
her.
monster, kills the monster.
He kills her with the leg of the bar stool.
I like to call it a steak.
Yeah.
It turned into a
He
steak.
did, yeah,
And
that's
I
pretty
feel
much-
like he should have said something because he was in the kitchen. He was like, "How about a steak?"
After that, is that when he?
This
leaves
is when he
go
goes to the
show?
concert. Yeah,
the
this is the fourth concert.
And this
he
is
shows up
where-
with gasoline.
This is where Jared
flares,
Bacon is
yeah.
up there to just like, you know, like fondle your master.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when he's doing like incantation style, repeating the same thing over and over again. And the guy slips in and he's wearing some kind of like fly fishing like plaid with this like
it's
reflective
straight
red.
Out of Back to the
It
Future.
was Marty. He had a Marty McFly.
Yeah, he looked like he just came back from fly fishing, and he slips in, and everyone else is wearing
Would
black.
you say he was Marty McFly fishing?
No, I wouldn't.
But it's so funny.
Only because I missed
But
it.
it's so funny because it cuts to him and he's in the doorway and he's like backlit, so the singer can clearly see him.
Right, yeah.
Clearly see him.
He walks down the aisle.
Yeah, he walks in. Then he walks in
And he's
the
got a
aisle,
bag.
and he's got a bag with like gasoline.
You think it's
It's a full
at first I thought he had
full
dynamite.
He does. Well, yeah,
No,
but it's
it's
flares, right?
but-
But what's even funnier is like it cuts him walking down the aisle, and then it cuts to him again, but he's like crawling on the ground of the stage.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
like
this-
now all of a sudden he's got to be.
And then he's like
sneaky.
throwing gasoline on the stage, and no one notices this.
It's like those two cops in Surviving Edge Weapons when they're walking through with all those drugs and shit.
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
And then like those prostitutes talk to
coke
them,
scene.
and then all of a sudden they're cops, and like everybody's like, "Oh shit, it's
yeah.
cops."
Hello, Susan. How are you?
All right, how about yourself?
Just fine.
Good.
Say we go upstairs and party a little.
Not today, no,
Oh,
not
come on,
today.
let's have some fun.
No, we're working.
But he's like throwing gasoline, you know, like in the general direction
Yeah.
of Jared Bacon.
And then finally, after like he does it like 5 times,
Yeah.
Jared Bacon looks over. I guess he doesn't smell the gas.
Yeah.
He just happens just to look over.
Right.
And in his regular voice, he says, "Get that man."
Right. He goes from me like, follow me, my children, you all black roses of Satan. Get him! Get him!
Get that man.
Get that man!
And they do.
And they do,
And,
yeah, they all
and
go
they
after him.
commence to whooping his ass.
They do.
And he gets free.
Not only am I a poet, but I'm a black belt also.
Ooh, the claw.
Dick Kick City's in here.
That's true. He takes him straight to Dick Kick City.
And then he goes and saves a old girl.
Oh, right in the demon dick.
Dick Kick City.
And then goes back over to the other side of the stage. And then he can't figure out how to use a flare at first.
Yeah, it takes him a while.
I've got a flare. Stand back.
Yeah, he eventually lights
Everybody
the flare.
runs out. But the band is
It's
still
still
playing.
playing.
They're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's great too because like you see like the flames in front of the camera and they're like
Yeah.
back there just rocking.
Yeah.
In entertainment, Black Roses.
Neil, turn that up.
They returned to the stage after a 6-month hiatus.
Anyway, it's just them on the couch.
It has the news,
and they're watching the
news.
news.
News, and it says like the band Black Rose is gonna play
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden
Before they go to Britain.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I guess it leaves it open for what could have been a sequel.
Yeah.
You know,
They,
but probably not.
I wish there was a sequel.
And then it just ends.
They've been burned to the ground, and yet here their tour remains.
Yeah.
Like Kiss, there's just a million farewell tours.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep on touring until
It's the what was it? The Rolling Stone Wheelchair Tour 2000.
Right. Yeah.
So of the 20 minutes that I watched this movie, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
You know, I think that's a pretty fair rating for the whole movie. It's a pretty good 9. There were a few parts where they could have improved, but all in all, I was blown away. It was really good.
Yeah.
I wasn't just blown; I was blown away.
Travis?
Yeah, this movie was definitely worth the watch if you're like with your buddies or whatever. It's funny. It'll keep you entertained.
Yeah, don't watch it
You know?
alone.
Yeah, don't watch
I don't know.
it alone.
I could watch this alone. I'd have a good time.
Nick,
You'll get
the
sucked
amount of
into
bad movies that you watch alone is ridiculous.
Oh no, I meant because you'll get sucked into the TV.
It's like Poltergeist style.
Almost none of the movies we watch on this show would I ever watch.
Oh, I enjoyed the shit out of this.
I enjoyed the 20 minutes that I saw.
It was pretty
I would
thorough
say
from the
It
get-go.
was definitely enjoyable. It's definitely not one of the ones where I'm just like, no, this is terrible.
Yeah, it was no Matthew.
We weren't miserable while watching this.
Right.
So. You know what? I like this, and this was during the 80s of the Satanic Panic era, which is really fun. Actually, inside the case here, there's Rock and Roll Nightmare, which is amazing. It's Canadian, and it's great. This was during the time of Trick or Treat, which was also amazing.
They had a Canadian flag. In
This might have been shot in Canada. With Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne. That was Trick or Treat. I loved it. That was great. Hack-O-Lantern, which I haven't seen, but I've heard it's really good. All these movies came out around that same kind of time period.
Yeah, it says right here on the back, it says, must-have metal horror movie from the 80s.
Yeah, this is during that Satanic
There must
Panic
have been
time.
a whole genre.
There was.
I would actually probably agree with that. After watching this, I don't know how I haven't heard of it before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys, whenever you guys get a chance, and I'm gonna get Hack-O-Lantern for us. We need to watch that too.
Right on.
But if you guys get a chance, watch Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Yeah.
Eventually, if I can find it, we'll watch it on the show. And Trick or Treat, which is also awesome. I love that movie. It's fucking great. And there's a couple other ones I'm not thinking off the top of my head, but I know I have a whole list of these that I'm looking to trying to find.
And I won't nap next time.
Yeah, and I love Black Roses. I enjoyed the shit out of this.
Yeah, me
watch
too.
Black Roses.
I will rewatch this.
Watch Black Roses.
Just don't seem to be quite.
Got a bed. I'm a hot teacher.
I think you just mixed two songs together. Wait, no, that's it. That's it. I was thinking of some other Got a Bad song.
That was Motley Crue.
Yeah, that's fucking Van Halen.
Van Halen. Sorry, Van Halen.
Of course not.
Blue Satin
That was
because
Hagar's
it's so
Van
close to
Halen.
Satan. No.
No, it's Motley Crue.
How do you go back?
Right?
Hot for Teacher?
Yeah,
That's
right?
Van Halen.
That's Van Halen. But
That's
it's
Van
Hagar.
Halen?
Isn't
It's
Hagar?
though. Yeah, it's not David
Every
Roth.
night I find something different in David's.
Can't be right.
Something really personal. I don't know. It's like
But
his
there's
music
one
is
that
meant
has.
for me.
Does Motley Crue have a teacher?
Yeah, it's I forgot my pencil.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking same song. And it's,
Yeah.
That's fucking Van Halen.
And why?
I thought that.